wait till the announcement pops in.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that was fast.
That was fast.
No, it's already there. So, good evening, everyone. Tonight we have a special night because we have the semi-final. It's going to be Ugh. He's playing Dark Elves, surprisingly, this season. He's done really well because he made it to the semi-finals, obviously. And then we have Andyzz, going to go back to that. And he's playing Necromantic this season. And Andyzz is a really good coach, as you might be aware of yet. And yeah, he made it too, so it's going to be a pretty big matchup here. Two really agile and fast teams. And my co-host today is Andy English.
Yeah.
Want to do a short intro as well?
Sure. If you're watching on YouTube, hello Blood Bowl fans. My co-host today is Fallenglory, and that was a fantastic intro. I think that will actually do for the video, so thanks, Fallen.
Welcome. So, want to take a quick look, because both coaches seem to be online, and they're about to start, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep an eye on the chat, just to be sure. First team up is Ubergotti Hose, and it's a pretty good setup. Since you have the two Witch Elves, and the one Witch Elf has an extra movement allowance, which is pretty good. It means he can move up to 10 squares, because I know Ugh, he likes GFI.
That he does.
He probably will. That's kind of like a werewolf, right? They move 8 as well.
Yeah.
Which is really gross.
It's basically the same. Yeah.
The other Witch Elf more standard, but just a block. And this Blitzer, this one is interesting. Let me look at that skill.
It's Nerves of
that's
Steel.
the Nerves of Steel?
Yeah.
But also an injury.
Yeah, minus movement.
That's not too bad, I think. It could be worse.
He only has 2 blitzes, which is interesting.
Just the 2?
Yeah.
Right. See that now. But he has some other interesting pieces. He has the Runner with Leader, so he has the Frick reroll.
Yeah.
And he has an Assassin.
Yeah, who still hasn't leveled up, but he's been here from the start.
Really?
Yep.
He gave him MVP once, I think.
Also
has a Lineman, which is kind of like Blitzer now, but minus 1 movement. But actually, it's cheaper if you make the Lineman like that. So it might be like a strategy.
It is, but
Keep his
of
TV
course,
low.
you got to wait one more turn for the Blodge, so the Blitzer is slightly better.
True. And his win statistics are 4-1-1. Let's go real quick through his games. I think he won the last game in overtime against Wood Elves, which was a really good match. I think
it was actually
by Chris.
Yes, you can actually watch that video. It is linked in. Well, I'll link it in this video as well. It'll be linked below. You can watch the video from Chris.
Yeah. Let's not go in depth too much there. And before he won against the Dwarven team, which is impressive too for Elves. Vistalon and Fisters, I think that was the team from
Roranas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other one are just division games, I believe.
Yeah.
Anything to add to that?
No, this just the dwarves were in the division as well. The dwarf, human, Nurgle.
Oh,
it was all.
They
in
just
the
had
division.
one match so far.
Yeah.
Of course. Since it's just 8 players and all. Alright, then we have DONZ.
Yeah.
I've never asked what that stands for. But
nor have I. We probably should have done that, really.
We'll main a question. We'll ask him later. Let's see. So, Andy's went with the 2 rerolls.
Yep.
And of course, he has the Necromancer and the 10 factor. You just gets from winning. He doesn't have cheerleaders or the coach assistant. We didn't check on Ugh. Does he have cheerleader, coach assistant?
Yes, he's taken at least one of each.
Oh, right. So he might have an advantage there.
We have a message from Andy saying the game is starting, though, so we're going to have to move this along.
Starting. All right, we're moving on to that. I'm going to pay attention to this white he has here. He has a Mighty Blow plus Strength white.
Yeah, pretty disgusting.
You're going to see some scary stuff coming from that white.
Yeah.
So switching to the game.
Sure. Cabal TV at its finest.
I think we can discuss Andy's team maybe during the startup.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Let's have a look then. Let's go.
It's kind of scary. Earlier I was just going through the page to see what was going on. I could just see who were the people in our league, like right away.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're getting pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the game yet. Do you have the game?
I don't have the game in yet, no. Oh, it's in now. Apparently people are not hearing you.
Oh, really?
But you're going up on my end of the thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I still don't have the game. Oh, there it is. I got it.
I'm loading it.
Well, I don't know why you're not hearing me. I'm coming out pretty loud on my own microphone, and apparently
Yes, same here.
Fallen can hear me. So
like...
interesting. Well, if you keep doing most of the talking, I'll just kind of be here until they can hear me.
That's fine, it's fine. I'll check my stream settings real quick. They're doing the setup right now?
Yes, it's currently Dark Elves setting up. Let's check who won the role. Oh, I can't. I'm recording, of course. Slightly behind on recording, but that's fine. So I'm not sure if there were any inducements.
No, I cannot see that,
I know.
unfortunately.
I didn't actually check if there was a TV difference, so if one of them can tell us that, that'd be great. It's a very interesting setup from Ugh with this 6-man box.
Oh yeah, that's his final setup.
That's really new. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So interesting what he does with that.
I think subtract his assassin there, mostly.
We have a bribe on the Necromantic team.
Right, you asked already.
No, I'm checking the team. We have a bribe on the Necromantic team, so obviously there was some inducement. And there's no bench on either team, so it is actually 11 on 11. And of course, some key pieces in this matchup then. We're going to have the 2 wolves potentially doing a lot of damage with that claw against all this armor 8. And also that strong white who is on Andy's right flank. And on the Dark Elf side, we've got that one blitzer with dodge nerves of steel. I guess he was supposed to be a receiver. And the witch who has plus movement. They're going to be the key pieces. And we're playing with a Chaos Ball. There we go. Hello, Chaos Ball. And Andy's on attack.
Yeah, I wonder why I'm not hearing you on the stream. Well, that was a good start.
That was a good start. KO immediately. At least it's just a lineman. And I should be able to see who chose to kick now. No, don't get that option. Interesting.
No, that's probably in a new thing, you can see it though.
Well, when you're doing a replay you can, so it's interesting that you can't hear. But oh well. Maybe it's because we joined after the choice was made.
Yeah, probably.
Interesting from Andyzz as well. He's put the flesh golems on the flank, which is relatively uncommon.
Normally you leave them in the middle, but I'm not going to question anything Andyzz does.
Well, it's quite clear why. He's done it to put pressure immediately on this box at the back, but
yes.
I don't know. Interesting. And very aggressive from Andyzz. Very aggressive. I like it.
I think I found a setting to turn you on. Let me test it real quick.
Yikes.
Witch elf injury. Does he have the apothecary?
He has apothecary, yeah. He should really be using it.
Did he use the white I warned I was telling about? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the strength white. Yep. And the Apothecary is already gone. Good use of Apothecary, though.
But it worked, so that's good. It could fail. That's a pretty big start. Like, it might be a decisive start already. Like losing a witch up this early.
Yeah, that's definitely working in Andy's favour. He can slow down a little bit because of that as well. So the aggressive...
2 removals without backup is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, they're not removals like permanently, but still. For this drive, they're out. I'll be silent for a sec to test the sound, if I can hear you. So if you can take over talking for a minute.
Sure thing. Well, Andy's aggressive attack here has worked pretty well, apparently. And he has knocked out 2 pieces, like Fallenglory says, putting him out the pitch and causing some real problems for Ugh. And we're going immediately to fouling. And the bribe is already being used. So Rigor is sent off as well. The bribe failed, or he didn't use it? No, he failed it. That's bad news for Andyzz. Though at least it was just a normal zombie, I think. Yes, it was. Nothing too exciting there. That does actually put Dark Elves permanent 11 players against Necromantic permanent 10 players, though. If the KO comes back, of course. And Ugh's in a bit of a tight spot here, because all of his pieces are stuck in this little box. It's not really where he wants to be. Let's see if he can break out. The blitz is going to be very important here, so it depends where he decides to use it. But I'm not going to give any kind of hint, obviously, because we don't do that here. Interesting choice for the assassin, putting him right on that big punchy white. But Ugh in general is in quite a difficult spot, there's no doubt about that, and he is going to try and focus down this white, it looks like. If he can do some damage, that would be great. If not, though, he's got a lot of pieces stuck on a white. And the blitz is actually going on that nice strong piece. First one's a push. And second one gets him down. Well, no injury, but at least the white is down. He's going to have to blitz if he wants to punch next turn. And we're dodging the witch out as well. Pretty good play from Ugh, getting her away from those 2 punchy pieces. Oh, and that's a failed dodge. Well, it's a pretty rough start for Ugh. He had a pretty hard couple of blocks in the first turn, and he's now failed to dodge this turn. So, a lot to recover from here. Let's see if Andyzz can push his advantage. Are you getting me now, Fallen?
Yeah, I changed something again, so now I'm putting it back. Okay. So it was right, but then I changed something, so I think it should be alright with this again.
Okay, and for anybody who is watching...
He was only picking up my mic.
Oh, God. The runner is dead, and we don't have an Apo anymore, so...
Oh.
That's a reroll gone for the Ubergoffy hose. But still, it was the correct choice, using the Apo before. And it's a new zombie, of course, for Andyzz, which may prove useful, because it's going to give him the extra number in the second drive. Unlucky, Ugh. Though your Apothecary choice was correct, so don't feel too bad about it. For anybody who is watching the video and not the live recording, we were recording this live, so that's why we are having some slight technical issues on Fallenglory side. Though on the video it shouldn't be causing any kind of problem, at least I hope. We'll find out when I go to editing. Oh, failed pickup. And a reroll. Early use of a reroll on a necromantic team there, and he obviously wants to stay in control. And trying to keep the pressure on against the Dark Elves. I like it. He still has his blitz as well, he hasn't used it yet. He's maybe thinking about where to put the ball. And no blitz this turn. We're going for safety instead. That's fair enough. So a difficult position for Ugh. He doesn't really have the numbers to slow the enemy down too much. So he's going to have to be very careful about positioning here. And he's probably going to take his time to think. Looks like we're going for a screen, at least a soft one. We're going for a hard screen, actually, maybe.
So it should be better again. Sorry for that.
No, that's good. If people can hear me. If not, then fine.
Yeah,
I'll just talk to
you
myself.
very well now. I was listening to the stream myself for a sec.
Okay. Well,
Hopefully they can hear me too. It's kind of hard to hear yourself back when you're streaming yourself.
yeah, sure.
But sorry, missed out on a bit of the game. But it seems to be going Andy's way. But I saw the foul not going his way.
Yeah, the bribe is already gone. Yep.
So he failed the foul, and then he failed the bribe too.
Yes.
That's extremely unlucky. But seeing that beginning, I think it kind of evens out, luck-wise.
Yeah, the bribe was unlucky on Andy's side, but I think so far luck has mostly been smiling on Andy's.
Yes, yes.
And
But a lot of threat was taken away.
It's another one for Ugh.
You don't want that foul, especially with the AV7 characters on the field. Or that bribe, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good for Ugh that the bribe is gone, definitely. And we immediately blitz the witch, who is kind of not important at the moment, but just trying to do some
I
damage.
like the plus movement, but for me personally, I wouldn't know if I would have taken plus movement on a witch elf.
Yeah, as a first level, it's a bit difficult, but yeah, I don't know. It can definitely help against certain teams.
Surely, yes, yeah.
Necromantic is actually one of them. The plus movement can really come in handy in this game, so that might be why he took it. And I can't remember when she leveled up.
Right. So Ugh already has a bad feeling about this game.
And yeah, so far I think that's a fair feeling.
Yeah, but he's saying he might have lost already. Like, I think that's too early to say because Dark Elves are really good with a few. And
you've only got the one permanent injury so far as well, so definitely not all is lost yet.
Yeah, I think Necromantic is a bit of a weird team because they. Like the problem with Necromantic is if you advance too far, the rest of the team won't be able to keep up.
Yeah.
Because those wolves are so fast.
I think that's partly why Andyzz did that really aggressive start with the white and the flesh column, so they would be in position to protect the wolf.
Yeah, that was good thinking ahead. Like, I've played some Necromantic myself, I really struggled with that myself.
Yeah, it's a real sign of what Andyzz can do though, because that's the kind of thing he's really good at, thinking a few turns ahead.
Yeah. Oh, there goes another assassin this time.
Well,
Like, you don't want that assassin on the golem there.
Well, I understand why Ugh did it. It was to try and slow down the advance, but yeah, it is basically giving up a block that's a bit too hard for you.
With 87, you don't want to give any free blocks there. Like Andy's gonna take all the blocks he can get and just attrition you out.
Yep, and we've seen that so far, and they still keep coming. He's going to be relentless in this first drive for certain, because he wants to go into the second drive with the numbers, so he can slow you down.
Yes. So he can go for a ball steal, or perhaps he can just stall the attack, so we become a 1-0.
Yep. And he's got a pretty solid screen on the ball here. The Dark Elves can get in, but it's difficult for them.
There's not enough threat on his cage right now for him to get inside.
Yeah.
He has the zombie in the white in the back, and the front's pretty much covered with the flesh golem and the other zombie.
Yeah, it's good defense.
There are no assists yet. Like having a guard Dark Elf would really help here with caging in and breaking that cage.
It would. We're a bit too early in development to see that kind of thing, though.
Yeah.
Realistically.
But the amount of block Andyzz has is surprising. Like, he has 2 block zombies, he has the block on the wolves, he has a dodge on the white, and the other white is basically just a powerhouse.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see, like block-wise, he's a bit safer as team. It's pretty hard to get by. Oh, he's gonna.
Well, Ugh is doing his best to dance into this cage. He's basically locking up.
Here in the zombie.
Well, it looks like he's trying to lock up the pieces, so Andyzz has to roll the dice to get out. At the moment.
He just has the 1 reroll left, so I don't really understand that. Yeah,
That's
here's the
unfortunate.
downside of not having that block.
Yeah, that's a sensible reroll though. Had to take it.
Well, that's a 5, so that's good.
Yep. The ball goes down. That's a pretty good scatter as well. Just got the flesh golem on it, so that's not really where Andy wants the ball. It's more on the dark elf side.
Yeah, it's still pretty safe.
Relatively.
But you can see he trapped 2 of his elves there, the loner elf and the block elf. They cannot get out.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty difficult, because the flesh golem has stand firm. Ooh, that's unlucky. Is that another 1? Oh no, that's a 2.
That should have been a 2, yeah. It was a 3+ to get out of that. Yeah. It was a difficult dodge, but I don't blame him for trying it. Maybe could have done something with the lineman on the floor first, though, because that was the hardest roll for him.
I would always start with the easier dodges myself.
Well,
that's easy. Like, I'm not playing the game right now.
Exactly.
I want to do the critical ones first.
Exactly. It's always easier to say that we would do something different, but in game, not necessarily.
Right. I've played Andyzz a few times. He's really he just grinds you down, and I've seen him do it many times. He's really efficient with it.
Yeah, Andyzz is very methodical in the way he plays, and it's quite difficult to defend against, actually, which you're seeing right now. As you can see, something that always worries me when I'm playing Andyzz is he's very good at using teams of players. So you can see there are 3 in one area here, and then there's the group here, and then you've got the last 2 on the far side. Of course, people watching live can't see here, sorry. But you can see the zombie flesh golem team, the team in the cage, and the last 2 on the far end. It's something Andyzz does very well. He uses pairs and teams.
I have Windows 10 too.
Sorry?
No, I heard a Windows 10 pop up.
Yeah, it's gonna happen sometimes, unfortunately. So hello to the computer too.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The great Windows 10. So he's freeing up everyone around the ball.
Yeah, that witch is standing strong though.
I think he's gonna go with the wolf now.
Maybe. We may see the flesh golem move first, or the second wolf. Yeah, second wolf is coming out first.
Ah, okay. Didn't even see that one.
May see the flesh golem move too, but may not. Now we're still trying to put the witch down, but she's refusing to go down. She's stubborn today. At least this turn.
Yeah. I can think really thought of the long-term development.
Yeah.
With Witch Elf, like. But yeah, in a cup, which this isn't, of course. This is just a playout. But in a cup, like you might want to take block or maybe wrestle if you want to, like a ball stealer Witch Elf, since you have two already. That would be kind of nice too. With the jump up, I don't see that often though. The Witch Elf with wrestle. Did you ever see one?
I tend to build one with wrestle, so I'm sure that it's not that uncommon. If you're building a Saka, then yeah, you want a Witch Elf with wrestle, definitely.
Yeah, the thing is, most teams, I see most Dark Elf teams, I see just have the one Witch Elf. Because I think some coaches think they are unreliable. With the Frenzy and starting without block and AD7.
Well, the Frenzy is the one thing that makes her a troublesome Saka, actually, but... Well, if I only had one, to be honest, I think I'd build a Saka as well, and something else would be the carrier. So, I'm not sure. I don't think either of us are particularly big elf coaches, though, so we're maybe not the experts to be talking about that here.
I did have a detour with some wood elves, but that was just a joke. I didn't know that would happen like that. But, they have some great potential, especially the specialized pieces.
Well, I am
but
playing
you
Dark
cannot
Elves
compare
instead.
the War Dancer with a Witch Elf. They're so different.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They have different
They're really
jobs.
specialized pieces. Like, they're both really great, but they're so different.
The Witch Elf is probably closer to a wolf, actually. The two of them are quite similar in their role.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
But a wolf is a bit more... Well, no, because the wolf takes out big armor value pieces, and the witch basically does a lot of surfing, so...
The wolf's called the second best piece in the game by a lot of people.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's just the rest of the Necromantic team is just a bit underwhelming. Like you have the whites, they are okay. But yeah, flesh golems are, when you use them right, they are like just basically roadblocks. But with, as soon as they scale up, they become better. But otherwise, they're a bit unreliable at the beginning. Oh, good lord.
Well, I was about to say that that's the last reroll gone, but it was well used, knocking out the Witch Elf.
Yeah, I really wanted the Witch Elf to go down, but it was another injury roll.
And that's the ball freed up as well. We're in a very interesting tactical point of the game, especially with so many KOs on the Dark Elf team. Andyzz has to make some pretty tough decisions here. And Ugh as well, actually. We are... I'm not going to give advice, but we are likely to see a relatively long stall from Andyzz here. And we may even see Ugh basically give up on the ball at this point.
Yeah, I thought he would do this sooner, but now he's done what I thought he would do. Basically, he's just putting his wolf out of reach from the Dark Elves. And probably will try to grind down the Dark Elf team even more. Like I'm saying even more because he already did quite a job on Ugh so far.
Well, you can see what he's doing as well. He's actually splitting up the Dark Elf team as much as possible, where he's trying to make a bit of distance between the pieces so they can't come and support each other. Obviously he's got the clump in the middle, but overall it's been a lot of what he's been trying to do in this offense.
Yes. Right now he has full control over the field, like from turn 1 to 4. Everything has to seem to go his way. Alright. Well, this thing didn't. Like I jinxed it, I guess.
Well, last action of the turn, it's not such a big deal.
It's not a big deal, no. It's an 89, so it's not...
He would probably want that blitzer on the ground though, because that blitzer can put a bit of pressure on him, in theory.
Which one do you mean?
The one that's still standing, the one Dark Elf on his feet.
Oh, right. The one with dodge.
Yes, the one with dodge, exactly.
Right. That's the only block piece he has, doesn't he? Yeah. Oh no, he has the Witch Elf.
Yeah, I was going to say, he has the Witch Elf who's off the pitch at the moment.
So Chris, you just joined us. You want a short recap? That's fine. Basically, what happened, Andyzz was the receiver, so he had to attack. And like from turn 1, I think there was a casualty and a KO roll. And one was on the Witch Elf, which luckily re-rolled into just a substitution. So that one is back. But,
that's another failed dodge.
Yeah. It might become a bit dangerous now for Andyzz because he lost all his rerolls. I think he started with 2, did he?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, Ugh did well with the leader. So he had that extra reroll.
The leader's gone though now, so
yeah, he didn't even need that, did he? Did he just reroll once? So now.
Yeah, he's actually been pretty good at reserving his rerolls, to be fair.
That's a really good skill to have.
One was lost when the runner was killed, and one was lost on a block, I think.
Yeah, Andyzz has been a bit greedy with his rerolls, but I don't see it biting him in the ass right now because there's no direct threat on the ball.
Well, to be honest, in Andy's case, I think the only reroll that was questionable was the original pickup. The other reroll was necessary, so...
For the Witch Elf?
Yes, when he put the Witch Elf down, that one was necessary to protect the ball.
Oh, right, okay.
But the pickup, yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken that personally, but otherwise... No questions there.
Yeah, it's too bad Andy's not going to continue this team because I don't think we have a Necromantic team on the higher leagues so far. It's really interesting to see what people will do with a more advanced Necromantic team, especially the Wolves.
Well, Urban Zorro is taking his Necros up, I think. Because he's retired Urban Zorro, because he's retired the peasants.
So Urban Zorro, okay.
So I think his Necromantic team is coming up.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Because, like when he registered last season with that team, I felt it was a good match to begin with.
Yeah.
And Brothers Chosen, is that the team?
No, that's the Luck of the Dice team, but the Steel group. I can't remember what they're called now. Something like We're Back, though I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe the motto is We're Back, I don't remember, but still, that team is continuing anyway. And
well, you could make them a few ways. Most people make one ball carrier wolf, and the other one is a killer wolf with the claws, mighty blow if you roll a double, and some other stuff.
Yeah, you do kind of the same thing with a white as well. You've got the killer white, and you've got the white that's kind of a support piece around the pitch.
Yeah.
And
the nice thing about the wolves is like with the frenzy you have 2 dice on the opponent. And if you get claws and mighty blow, it really stacks for the higher armor value opponents.
It does look like exactly what I said was going to happen has happened as well. It looks like Uga's actually given up on the ball a little bit.
Did he move forward on top of the zombie there?
Yes. But actually, he was on the floor.
I wonder what his idea was there.
He was floored, so he can't really move very far. So maybe next turn he's hoping to break through and get to the ball.
Yeah, okay.
That's another failed dodge.
That's a hard dodge to make.
Was that a loner?
I must say he's been quite unlucky on the dodges. Like, he's throwing a lot of 2s.
To be fair though, Andyzz is making it very difficult for these elves to dodge out, so even though he has been unlucky, he's having to dodge a lot. So, dodges do fail sometimes. So
it's the slowest elf team out there, so really making good use of that.
Yeah. So I give some of the credit to the failed dodges to Andyzz, though yes, Ugh has been unlucky. That's true as well. And he's doing a very nice screen here, stopping any elf from breaking through. With the back line and the front line as two separate guard pieces. There's a small gap on the side, but well, I'll talk about when he's finished. Just in case he hasn't seen. And that's a 2 down anyway, so that's probably not what Andyzz wanted. He probably wanted to move the wolf that has the ball, because at the moment, well, there's a small problem.
Yeah, there is. That sounds so low, I don't think you can hear it. Oh, it's turned off all the way.
What, your voice?
No, the game sound.
Ah, okay.
You guys hear elf scream now.
Ah.
Pity.
Well, at least on YouTube you'll get it from my computer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's on now, so you should be able to hear it now.
Ah, there we go then.
I was watching another stream earlier, but also watching something else, so I turned the sound down.
That makes perfect sense. Luke's taking time to think about this, which I think is quite smart. He has done very well protecting his reroll until now as well. It may come in handy.
Yeah, if he would have Wood Shelf left, he could have given a real threat on that werewolf.
Yeah, he's just moved his threat into a position that isn't really threatening, so... He couldn't move far, to be fair, but it could have put pressure on the wolf, and I think Ugh missed a step there. Though, to be honest, we're on Andy's turn 8 next, so it wouldn't matter if he put pressure on or not, so I kind of understand why he used the support instead.
Well, I can say a good thing for Ugh. He's going to have 2 rerolls for the KO bench, which will make it likely that at least 2 will come back.
Yeah.
It's like a 50% roll twice.
That's very true. He also gets the only tackles so long as there's no riot as well. Blocks as long as there's no riot next turn. Andyzz isn't doing anything here, just scoring. Yeah. That was basically a perfect drive for Andyzz. That's exactly what he wanted, I think, in the offense.
Yeah, well done by Andyzz.
Yeah, very well played.
Nothing to add to this.
Well, we'll see how many KOs come back, because that'll make a big difference in the offensive drive. And the Witch and the Lineman are back, but the Assassin is still out for now.
Bit ahead of me. There we go.
Sorry.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's 2 back already.
I don't know how I'm ahead of you.
That's the best thing we could have hoped for here. Because he's going to get another one, and maybe the other was down still. The Assassin will come back as well.
I don't understand why I was ahead of you, because I haven't skipped anything, so that was interesting. So sorry, I didn't realise.
That's fine.
And Andy still has 11 players because he has the Delph Runner, who has changed his shirt and he's become a zombie.
Oh, of course. What was his name?
I can't remember. I think it was...
It wasn't a standard name.
I think it was Gay in here.
Names on his team.
I think it was this number... Is that number 12? No, that's number 6, so it can't be him.
Or Ganir. I think it's Ganir. I think it is a standard name. The number 1 zombie right now.
Yeah, okay, Andyzz has done the numbers all
Because
weird.
Andyzz doesn't have a number 1 player.
Ah, okay. There we go. That would make sense.
The levels, never mind. But I think it's Ganir. That's an elven name.
The one in the middle, yes.
Yeah.
Not number 1, number 6, yeah.
He's chewing his own arm. That's interesting.
Normal zombie behavior.
I've never seen that, actually. Oh, they're all doing it. That's great.
They look wherever they can for those brains. And they don't have any themselves.
Want to become skeletons, I think.
Yeah, that's makes them much better. Become skeletons. And Ugh's taking his time with the setup here. Or maybe he's away from the computer.
Yeah, we're gonna see the chat. So
oh, there he is. He's back. And he's actually done a pretty clever setup here. It's kind of stopping Ugh from getting to the key pieces and at the same time stopping the riot threat. So I quite like what he's done here, where he's defended deep, but not so deep that he's kind of panicking about an injury.
Yeah, the zombies, they can withstand a blow.
Yeah.
They're like sheep fathers put on the front line.
Well, yeah, it's their job basically to stand in the way.
Yeah. The flesh golems are AV9.
Yeah, you got to blitz to get to one of them as well, so... And it's an expensive blitz, because you got to get quite a few players on him to get a 2-die.
I think it's one of the more resilient teams. They basically have a free buffer carry on every player. The Necromantic team, I mean.
Yeah. And the nice weather doesn't really change anything. It's a pretty boring kickoff result. I'm pretty sure it was already nice as well. So I don't think we'll see much from Ugh here.
I think he's just going to take the blocks.
I think maybe he had...
attempt a one-turner with a movement 8, but I don't think I've seen Ugh do one-turners before.
He hasn't set up for it anyway.
Yeah, and even if he would have, like the flash columns, make it really difficult. Like I think Andy thought about that and placed them in that way.
Ooh.
That's good. Wait.
That was interesting. Maybe he is going to try a one-turner. No, he can't.
Seems like he is, actually.
No, he can't like this. Oi. And good thing he saved that reroll, but that didn't help. And that's the end
I wonder why he did
half.
this. Because that wasn't a move to do a one-turner.
It was actually. He's trying to put the zombie into the gap and then push the piece out. I can see what he was trying to do. I don't think he had the numbers for it though, the way he set up.
No, you have 2 red dice. It's going to be really tricky.
Well, it was a red dice with a reroll and block into a 1 dice. No, 2 dice actually, so it wouldn't have been so bad so long as the first one paid off.
Yeah, okay.
Though the dodging the blitzer in didn't really help with anything apart from, of course, making sure that he can push the zombie where he wants the zombie to go, so... Yeah, it was risky, but I could see the logic behind what he was doing there. It was a valiant attempt.
I'm not too experienced with one-turners. I've once tried it. I've tried it a few times actually, but I think I got close to... Like I got 1 square off because I miscalculated with a skink.
That sucks.
That's the furthest I ever got with a one-turner. It looks really easy when someone is doing it, but it really involves a lot of planning.
Oh yeah, it's a logistical and mathematical problem, that's for certain.
Yeah. Unless you're a high elf with movement 9 or Skaven, like this disgusting Skaven gutter runner with movement 10 and sprint.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to push, you can just run across the field.
Yeah, Skaven are disgusting enough, but that makes them something else completely. And the assassin stayed out, I forgot to mention, so we're still down to 9 players on the Dark Elf side, and 11 on the Necromantic side.
Let me refill my drink until you're done with setting up, and I'll be right back.
Sure. So Ugh's going to go for a more reserved setup this time, because he's not threatening the score, in 1 turn at least. It's going to take him a couple of turns to get up the pitch. He certainly has the numbers to put a threat to Andyzz though, so we may see a relatively quick score in an attempt to win, or we may see a very slow score in an attempt to take it to overtime. Both are legitimate strategies, but it looks at the moment that he wants to do a little bit of damage to these zombies. Try and get a couple out with this 4-man line. And that's good enough, so here we go with the kick. Oh, return of the bribes. That's better for the Necromantic team, though it can help the Dark Elf team, especially as they get the first foul. And they're kind of in a position to use it, to be fair, so... Interesting development. Started with a stun. Not quite the armor break he wanted, but it's an armor break. And punching the traitor. Well, kicking the traitor with Dark Elves. And 2 stuns. Fair enough. We still have a blitz move, potential foul, and some ball play. Here comes the blitz. I was wondering why he followed up originally, but he followed up to blitz that piece, obviously.
And I am back.
Okay.
Oh, actually commented on that. I think he was doing a one-turner like he was saying, but he miscalculated and he said he should have used one more assistant there.
Yeah, he should have. But
Okay, he's fouling a zombie.
he is. You missed to get the ref, I guess, when you went to get a drink.
Ah, okay.
So we both...
I was like, what's going on here? Fouling a zombie, that's usually not worth it, but if you have a bribe, yeah, you should take any foul.
Yeah, the numbers will help Ugh here, so I can see him fouling quite often. Though still, I think the bribe helps Andyzz more, like I said, with full and missed.
Yeah. Lower armor value really helps.
Well, they have the same armor value mostly across the board, unless you're fouling a witch. Dark Elves are armor 8.
It's lower, and I think the runner. The runner's
dead.
Yeah, he is. But he's dead, so who cares?
He's now a zombie with armor value 8.
Yes.
And
That's
yes.
weird, since the body's still there.
Oh, he was bugged out.
Details. Okay. His name is Ganir. Now I can see.
Yeah. He's the one who's on the floor in front of the 3 Dark Elves.
Oh, that's so sad. He had a really good skill.
Yeah. Andyzz again has put the 2 flesh golems on the outside, and I think the main reason he's doing this is to completely remove a surfing option, because obviously with stand firm, the frenzy is counteracted. So I think that's the main thought process behind putting the flesh golems on the flank against this team.
Yeah, it's gonna move around again.
I may go get a drink myself if you're alright taking over the commentary for a
Yeah,
minute.
sure. I'll do some commenting in the meantime.
Cool, I'll be back.
You can see Andyzz is going around Ugh again, closing in where he can go. And it's another injury. I think the sound is better now. Turn up the game volume, but I turned it up too far. Like when you're sitting here in my living room, it's okay, but probably if you're hearing it, it might be off a little. So we have 4 Dark Elves here. We have 3 on defense and 1 with the ball. The Wolves are currently in the backfield still. I'm basically guarding that back line as well as are the Whites. So he has 4 free pieces plus the flash column here. Don't know about this flash column, but you might have a plan with that. We'll see.
I'm back temporarily, just need to actually pour the drink in a second, but I guess I missed a pickup.
Sure.
Yeah. So sorry for anybody watching the YouTube video, it wasn't watching the play, so I apologize for that.
think he's making a cage, which is...
Yeah, it looks like there's a pass going to the witch for sure. It's a doubly secure cage as well with that piece on the outside.
It is a pretty secure cage.
Here we go then.
And I might do that as well if I were Ugh, because he has 5 free pieces, 6 counting the zombie.
Yep.
And they all can threaten the ball.
Yeah, it's a bit harder for Andyzz to get into that now actually. And if we do manage to get these 2 pieces more in the way, that's going to be a very solid defense actually.
It's a solid defense, but I think we'll see a counter soon enough from Andyzz.
Yep.
Knowing him a little.
Well, I know what I would do in this situation, and I'll talk about it afterwards if Andyzz doesn't do the same thing. But he has
I looked up he's listening. He's usually listening to some folklore rock music.
He is. Noog's putting a scoring threat as well, but right next to a wolf, which I slightly question.
Because of the claw, it basically becomes an 87 piece.
Yeah.
Now it's giving the assist. And he might be setting him up for, how do you call it? A surf? If it doesn't get injured the right way.
Yeah. And it looks like Andyzz is doing exactly what I'd do here. He has enough pieces to make a kind of counter cage here, so he can actually lock up the entire defense and keep the ball secure in the middle. Yeah. And it looks very much like
I was thinking the same thing here.
Yeah. And even the other pieces that are free can really cause Ugh some issues here. Though he is using some defense in the back as well, which is smart. It looks like Andy's actually trying to stop the score completely, as opposed to go for a 2-1 grind. And we are hitting that piece. And it does armor break.
Way.
Yeah, there we go. That one's
He's
gone.
on fire with his rolls. Like, I would understand the armor break, but they're getting removed so soon.
They are. I'll be right back again. Carry on forward.
All right. Oh, that's another injury. So that's 2 removals, putting him down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players against, and he still has 11, doesn't he? Yeah, he does.
Yeah, there's 11 on the Necromantic side. Was that a missed next game? I didn't quite catch
I hate
it.
to call it, but this might be game already because he just lost 2 more players.
Yeah.
And if he was high, also would have been easy to score, while still a bit tricky. Like, the only thing I see going for him right now is he still has both Wood Elves or Witch Elves.
There are Wood Elves on the team. Yeah, realistically, he needs to do some damage just to kind of even out the score a bit.
I think it's too late for that now.
Well, yeah.
Once you're 6-11 behind, you cannot win by damage anymore. You're just going to get overwhelmed then. So I think the best chance he has right now is just to make the 1-1 and then see what happens. But if you cannot make that score, it's going to be over anyways.
Yeah, what I mean though is if he can basically pick off small pieces, which he tried to do with the zombie, if he can actually get an armor break or 2, then at least the numbers even out a little bit. I think that was a bit of a misposition. He can't really secure the other side now. Oh, we're dodging. Okay. Yeah, the witch would have been better first there. And there's the foul. So we are trying to do some damage. It's the stun, and there's the bribe gone. That's really bad news. At least the referee accepted that.
Inducement again.
The inducement?
Yeah. And he's got a bribe, right?
Yeah, and he's got a bribe and inducements, but they rolled get the ref on the kickoff
Yeah.
return in Ugh's offense.
Yeah, Chris was asking just now.
Ah, okay. Sorry. Yeah, so they both had a bribe. Andy still has his, and he did actually start with a bribe as well. So Andy's had 2 bribes this match actually. One from inducement and one from get the ref.
Though I like the idea of Ugh. You see, actually had to move back to put his balls to a safe spot again. So actually, and he's already pushing Ugh back again.
Yeah, it was the only thing Ugh could really do, but Andyzz basically has the kind of team that can just come across the pitch again, and you got to get through them somehow. There's no way of getting around Necromantics, unfortunately. He's doing the right thing though. He's keeping the flesh golems at a far distance from the ball. Well, relatively. The one is quite close, but the other one is a little bit out of position. But of course the wolves, like they have done, they can set up defensively, and the whites as well. It's good positioning from
They're
Andyzz.
just standing there. That doesn't seem like they're doing anything, but they're just enormous threats on the ball right now. Just for standing there. Oh, that's a reroll. But he has 2 still, so I don't think that's a big concern. He's not following up.
It's good news. It's good news for Ugh that the reroll is gone if he does manage to tie the score, because it means that in the if he does manage to score and they go to extra time, he's going to have the reroll advantage.
Yeah.
So it is good news actually when rerolls are spent at this point in the game.
You're still 5 turns away. I've seen elf scoring scarier situations than this, but right now I see this becoming either a 1-0 or a 0-2 even for Andyzz. But
Well,
it's just because of those wolves. If he didn't have the wolves, Ugh would be able to score quite easily. But those 2 wolves, they can basically go anywhere.
Ugh isn't done yet, but he needs to be really careful about how he advances.
Yeah.
And it is difficult, and he does have to roll a lot regardless, so it's tricky for Ugh no matter what here. Oh, we're going really far forward there. Okay. Interesting play. On the plus side, with the witch having the ball, the wolf claw is regarded. It doesn't do anything. But still.
Really?
Yeah, because claw only works on armor 8 and above, so there is that.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. It looks like we are going to try and recage, but I don't think we have the movement
No,
for
I
it.
was gonna try to give him for the extra assist.
Yeah.
Because he cannot make the full cage, so he can do it like that.
He can make a 3-man line, though, so long as he doesn't fail a dodge, which he did.
Yeah. Is that another one?
Yeah, that's a reroll that we don't really want to lose.
Oh, why?
The reason why is because the white was free to go out there and cause more problems, so you've only got the zombie and the 2 wolves as opposed to the zombie, the 2 wolves, and the white. And that's another failed dodge, oh dear.
Oh, wow.
That was a lot of dodges, to be fair, though. But yeah, he's having more
I'll
fun.
have to throw it to the calculator, but I think it's a lot of ones I'm seeing here.
Yeah, there have been quite a few. Not going to deny that. Unfortunately, that did actually free
You
up
want those
the-
one on the injury rolls, not on the dodges.
Yeah. Well, he got them too. The armor break was particularly hard, though. It's a pretty tough stun
Yeah.
to take.
Yeah, I meant armor breaks. Yeah.
Yeah. And Andyzz is kind of layering his defense here. He's just putting as many numbers as he can. There's a positive and a negative to that. But
It's committing out to the right.
oh yeah, Ugh's just got to push
Working
forward.
from the same perspective as I am.
Yeah, Ugh just has to push forward. He doesn't have a choice. But Andyzz is actually making it so that the ball isn't basically moving, at least not easily.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a blitz, I'm sure, in a moment, but we're just making sure that the ball stays in necromantic hands after the ball goes down. We won't see it pick up this turn though, probably.
Here he comes.
Yep,
He has been throwing really well.
he has. And that's
Like he
probably...
need a 6 or a double down there. And he threw it, so...
That's actually probably the best scatter for Ugh. Well,
if the pickup fails, it becomes a scatter.
Yikes.
Oh.
Mighty Blow is doing things here. Never badly hurt. That's 4 pieces gone, I think. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough for Ugh. Oh, and another one. Well, at least the lineman is still on the pitch. The loner, I mean. No, but as far as scatters go, there was only one scatter that was really better, and that was on the 2 mark by the line. But that's a good scatter, actually, for Ugh. It's tricky, but it could have gone to many worse places than that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And the Witch Elf is still in one piece for now.
Yep. We're probably going to burn a reroll here, though.
Yeah, and don't know if Andyzz has seen he has a bribe here.
Maybe he
I haven't
hasn't.
seen him foul the entire second drive.
He doesn't need to be fair.
It's not part of his strategy, but I've seen him foul before actually.
Yeah, it's quite possible that he hasn't noticed, or he just kind of hasn't really focused too much on doing that. He's been focusing more on protecting the ball and stopping pieces from getting away, so maybe if he does have a piece that's free, he will foul, but he hasn't really had a good chance to yet, to be fair. His
Oh,
own
this
push
is
onto the
a
ball.
really...
That is
It's a
interesting.
surf. He's gonna surf
Well
the
done.
wolf.
That was
this
very
is
well done
massive.
by Ugh.
Mr. DONC. Yeah,
We can see a pretty...
this might be the play Ugh needs.
I think that was his best option in the situation. I did see it, but of course didn't want to say it.
I didn't see it, to be honest.
He has left his blitzer in the same position, though, and that's
That's number
unfortunate.
1, isn't it? It's even a double one.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, the ones have been hard, that's for certain. He's had some really bad luck with dodges. And that's really bad news now.
Are we gonna see the other wolf surf now?
Well, Andyzz just has all the numbers now. It's going to be really messy for Ugh. I can actually see Andy struggling with the decision of whether to blitz onto the ball, because that's the only way he can surf the piece, but at the same time he doesn't know where the ball is going to go. It's a bit risky, actually, taking that play.
Yeah, if it lands forward, it might be a problem.
If it lands in Ugh's forward, yeah, it might be a problem. So it looks like he's setting up some security just in case.
Wow. It's 1 death, 3 injuries.
Yeah, he's had it rough. At least one was a miss next game as well. I think all the rest have been badly hurt at least. Yeah, he doesn't take the surf, which is...
try this team regardless, because he's going to continue this Skaven team he has.
Yeah.
The same for Andyzz, he's going to continue his Dwarven team.
Yeah, so both these teams are going out.
Another armor break here. It's just
Yeah, Claw is doing things as well. Mighty Blow and Claw is working really well this match.
He doesn't even have the Mighty Blow, but the Mighty Blow on the white team.
Yeah.
He has been blitzing almost every time with the white.
Yeah, which is sensible. Because it is the most likely to break armor, even against the Witch.
Yeah.
And, well, I don't think I need to say it, but obviously Ugh is in quite a bit of trouble here with 2 stuns next to the ball.
I can see Andyzz just not moving away from this spot. It's making it impossible to pick up the ball.
Yep.
If he's cheeky, he might go for a score. It might not be a big risk, but...
Well, I guess he wants to see the Witch go off the pitch, the one that's on the floor, and otherwise...
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise he doesn't really need to pick up the ball.
to be fair, what just happened now with the double one, I think that blew Ug's last chance of getting the ball across the field.
Yeah, that was the toughest roll.
Cannot see him coming back from this, to be honest.
Well, that's another double one.
Yeah, it's a 2 and 2 1.
Oh, it's a 2 and 1. Okay, yeah, sorry, that's a 3+.
But it's still pretty damn bad.
I'm interested what his plan was there, actually. Maybe he wanted to put the ball off the pitch by blitzing the block zombie?
Yes, but that maybe... I think that's a double red die, even a triple red die.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan was there. I don't know what to blitz in that situation. But
if you can even reach, yeah, he should be able to reach, but he has to make that double dodge first, triple even.
Oh, with jump up, definitely he can reach. But
yeah, but still, if he is there, he has to move around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has to make 2 GFIs and 3 assists on him. So I think that's a triple red die.
Yeah. If he's hitting that zombie, yeah. I can't figure out where. I just can't figure out where the blitz was.
He's gonna try to level up his very scary white.
Yeah,
he didn't get that level 4 yet.
There is that. It's also security on the ball, because at the moment there's a very small risk, but a risk nonetheless on the ball with the witch being on the floor next to it. So we're just making sure it goes into a safer area as well.
With an armor value 3 or with a agility 3 piece, you always want to pick up the ball, especially if you have to reroll.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a foul on the downed witch on the corner from the zombie.
With a golem. I think they like stamp P on top of the other character.
I can't see Andy's risking the foul with the golem, to be fair, but also an option. He's not taking the foul at all. Okay, maybe he really doesn't know he has a bribe.
I think he just missed it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's so focused in this game that I think he shuts out everything.
Yep.
He's like that chess player that's like so into the game he doesn't see what's going on around him. It might work against him at some point, but right now he's been on top of this game from turn 1 to turn 15 where we are now.
Yeah, it's been a very good showing from Andyzz and a very unfortunate showing from Ugh. I don't think Ugh has played badly, to be fair. He's just had some rough luck and a couple of questionable plays, but mostly rough luck. And he is going to try for the ball. It's going to be very hard to get this piece down, though.
Yeah, real highlight for me was the serve of the wolf. That was great.
Yeah, that was Ugh showing that he's still in the game. It must have been a bit of a
he
hard
was
stop
saying
moment.
like, "Hey, I'm still here, man."
Yeah. I'm sure that was a moment where Andy's heart was in his mouth, but yeah, unfortunately that failed too.
I'm thinking, why don't our Dark Elves have general access? They have general access, right?
Yep.
Oh, elves being elves, finally.
Yeah, a little bit late, but we're getting there. Which way are we going? That's the way.
That's all right.
Good. Need a good roll here. That's a good roll.
That's a good roll.
We may see something crazy happen here. I'm not sure about that position though. Oh no, that's not where we wanted the ball.
Well, that was good.
Yeah, that's not where we wanted the ball though. We want the ball to move.
Wait. He did double dodge there.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice to be fair, but okay, more ones. Oh, that's disgusting.
Good lord.
That's disgusting. Well, at least no long term. She's not dead. Yeah, Ugh can't get anything out of this game. It's really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, if you want to be super safe with your dodge, you can do 1 dodge at a time, like click 1 square at a time. So if it fails, you know it failed once, so you cannot do the other one again.
Yeah, but the problem was that the witch had the ball, so she had to get out of the tackle zones.
Yeah, he used to reroll anyways, and it still failed. So.
No, nothing Ugh could do there really.
No, it was a double 1 again. I see now, the dice log.
Yep.
You cannot do anything about double 1s. They just end your turn. Always.
Well,
It's the equivalent of having double skulls, basically. It's just
Yeah. It's worse than having double skulls, because at least you can re-roll double skulls. But if you have skull and skull,
Yeah.
it's like taking a 1 die and double sculling, though, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's still probably going to go for the score here. Nothing slowing him down, really. We may see a pass, even. It looks like we're going to. Maybe not this turn, but by the end. And Flesh Column's there for security. And the white's going for the pickup.
Yeah, Ugh Dark's really disappointed in that chat. I can really understand it after a game like this.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for Ugh. No one's denying
I would be a bit salty myself after a game like this, but it's like one of those 1 in 20 games where you just get all the dice against you, feels like.
Yeah.
Like, I saw Andy's fill this one right now, but I think Andy's or Ugh is going to go for a Hail Mary pass. Which piece is going to use?
Yeah, he
Blitzer?
guess the Blitz is the only option, but I don't think even the Blitzer
he
can get
pass
the
that
ball
far?
there. No. He needs to dodge in and dodge back out in order to make it work. And even then...
Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dodges in a row.
We got 2... Well, if we go...
Like, Andy's positioned this unit so that there are tackle zones everywhere. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Like, it looks a bit disorganized, but actually it's, like, really well thought out.
Well, again, it's the groups. It's what he's really good at. He has a group of 3, a group of 3, and a group of 2.
Yeah.
And it just makes it very, very difficult to break through him.
And the ball's right in the middle of those groups.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to go for the pass at the end here. Just hand off. That's more sensible, of course. Yeah, it's successful. Unlucky Ugh. But really well played, Andyzz. Can't fault him. I mean,
well played.
The dice...
Personally, I hope to see more of a game here. This was a bit one-sided.
Yeah, it was.
But I cannot blame the losing coach for this.
It was a bit one-sided, but still, there was some positive play from both of them. I mean, we did see some... We saw the skill of both coaches at least just...
Yeah.
Ugh was on the unlucky side of the dice, unfortunately.
Yeah, it really shows in the stats too. The UNC had 19 armor breaks, while Ugh only had 6.
Yeah.
I don't remember him seeing a lot of blocks anyways.
He didn't have the numbers for it, to be fair.
Yeah, only did 19 blocks.
Well...
Against 43.
Yeah. It's just 50 yards of running. I mean, it's really quite a poor showing for the Dark Elves, unfortunately. It's unfortunate that we have this so late in the season as well. I mean, if you want to see Ugh at his best, though, you can watch the game against Rylok that Krisjay recorded on Krisjay's YouTube channel, Simulation Chris. It's linked down in the video below when the video is up, and it's also in my featured channel, and you can find him by, of course, searching for him. So you can see the quarterfinal match as well.
Yeah, it's going to be great. This was a very short match, I must say. We started at 10, and it's 11:15 now, so that was a match in 75 minutes.
Yeah, it was a very unfortunate match for Ugh as well, especially semi-final. You don't really want to see a semi-final end like that. You want to see more of a fight, but... Well, congratulations to Andyzz, though, and commiserations to Ugh. We will see Andyzz in the final. And
yeah, where will you face off against? I don't think we've seen the other semi-final yet.
No,
Chris is going to cover that, right?
Yeah, he is. Krisjay is taking the other semi-final, so you'll be able to see that on his YouTube channel as well. That's Varksen against Undo. Is that correct?
I believe so. I need to double check. I can find it.
And Undo is Necromantic, and Varksen is
Well,
Khemri. No, I don't
no,
think
it's Darth physicist against
it's not Undo. Yeah, sorry, Darth, and sorry, Undo. It's not Undo at all. It's of course
Varksen against
Darth physicist and his Chaos. Of course, it is. So
Chaos against Khemri. That's pretty interesting. And one of them will face off against Necromantic. So it's a really undead gathering. Well, Chaos is not undead technically, but you catch my drift.
Chaos is not undead at all, but yeah, they're sick people fighting against each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an evil gathering.
Any closing words from you, AD?
Just to say that the final actually Krisjay and I are hoping to cast it together. So when Andyzz faces either Darth Physicist or Varksen, the final will be covered in a similar fashion, with Krisjay and myself commentating. But Krisjay will be covering the semi-final as well, so go check out his channel and keep an eye out for that video. Thanks, everybody.
I'll be watching for sure. That's going to be great. So thanks for co-hosting here. It's nice to have someone that experienced with streaming on my own channel. I'm looking forward to the video. Hearing my own voice, it's going to be awkward.
Yeah, thank you for co-hosting on the YouTube side as well, Fallen, because of course this is going to be the exact same video there. So
yeah,
thank you for the simultaneous co-host. And thanks to everybody who's been watching.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.
All right, then. I'm going to stop the recording here as well, so bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll wait a few seconds with Andy again.
Yeah, that's fine. So anybody who's been watching YouTube, thank you very much. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye for now.